Hey, this is Wilson. No Jason Wolf as always. No Galvin either. But I'm with the great Shane Murray and the great Jason Big Mitch Mitchell. So we're doing episodes in back-to-back weeks for the first time since this trio began recording together. And we're going to get into, a few different kind of minute things. It hasn't really been anything big that happened since last week. So we're going to start with Shane is going to issue an apology
No, I'm not.
For the
No,
lie
I'm not.
he told.
Yep. I ain't got to apologize for nothing.
For the lie he told last week about Mac McClung. Still,
right.
The Lakers still own the Mac McClung.
Right? I ain't got to apologize for nothing. So I'll just break it down for y'all.
No, hold on. Let me finish the intro. Then we're going to get into Rasheed Wallace. News came out today that actually he will not be joining Darvin Ham's staff with the Lakers. And we'll get into the two guys the Lakers gave those Exhibit 10 contracts to, who we don't even know their names. And then we're also going to get into, Shane just said Shareef signed a new deal. And he was kind of glowing about that, and I think Mitch is going to set him straight about that. But we'll start off with Shane. So what happened basically last week, at the end of last week's episode, Mitch, I think, pointed out that Mac McClung was on the Warriors G League team, something I had noticed too. And I remember thinking to myself, we talked about it last week, but I remember thinking to myself, like, why is Mac McClung on the Warriors? I thought we had Mac McClung. And then we asked Shane about it, and Shane said the Lakers own Mac McClung's rights still, but basically they let him play for the Warriors G League team because the Lakers felt like they didn't have enough. They didn't have enough playing time for both him and Scottie Pippen Jr. They wanted to get a better look at Pippen Jr. And then, basically the next day, McClung signed with the Warriors. Shane, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Let me break this down for y'all so you can understand what's going on. Now, watching Laker Nation, Trevor Lane said he heard several talks going around to the extent of Matt McClung wasn't getting enough time in the Lakers' eyes, and the Warriors asked about him, and because they wanted to see more, just wanted to see Scottie Pippen Jr. more, they allowed the Warriors to have Matt McClung put on the Summer League team. Summer League team. They still have McClung's rights as far as the G League team, but G League rules, if you want to bring a player up, any NBA team that wants to bring a player up from the G League to give him a tryout, no matter if it's on a G League team or not, they can't. So that's basically what happened. He went to the Summer League team with the Warriors. Apparently they liked him and invited him for a tryout for a training camp. That's it.
So listen, I want to apologize to our viewers and our listeners, man, because Shane clearly, listen, no. I'm not gonna let you get away with this. I'm not gonna let you get away with this.
Tripping. Get away with what?
To the people out there, Shane Murray lied to you.
I lied nothing. Nobody. Here. I'm telling you what was heard.
Listen, let me finish, man. Listen, to the people out there, I too was lied to. So I feel your pain. I feel like
I didn't like Matt McClung. So stop it.
And I'll read the statement that Shane Murray refuses to read that we have prepared. In the last episode, I, Shane Murray, incorrectly stated that the Lakers still own the rights to Mac McClung.
I didn't incorrectly state that. They did still have the rights. They did still have the rights. But any team in the NBA can ask the player to take a player
the
G League team, whether or not it's a G League team or not.
Excuse me, sir. I'm taking responsibility for Yeah, excuse me. I'm trying to take responsibility for your mess. I'm trying
It
to
ain't
help
no
you
mess.
out. Okay.
Ain't no mess.
Listen, despite him playing for the Warriors during the most recent summer league, that didn't make sense at the time. Was found to be false when he signed a 1-year contract with
How is
Golden
that
State
false?
2 days
I
later,
just told you
and
any
should
team
not
can pick up
have
any
come
player
out of
in the
my
G
mouth.
League.
I apologize to Lakers Nation for being a liar.
Ain't no lie. Ain't no lie about nothing.
Lakers Nation, we are sorry for Shane Murray's actions. He will no longer do that again. Well, probably not. Well, actually, no, he won't do it again because you saw him right now. He's trying to blame Trevor Lane. Can you believe
I got it from Trevor Lane, dumbass.
Oh, he's trying to pass the buck on Trevor Lane because what did he say last week? He was like, "Oh, well, I heard." Like
Where
he
you
got
think I heard it from?
Anto, wasn't he telling us? Wasn't he telling us that he wanted
Where
to
do you
be the
think I
new
heard it
Sham?
from?
He didn't
He
mention.
said he wanted.
You didn't mention Trevor Lane when you were telling that story last week. And,
That's where you heard it from.
He wanted all the credit.
Yeah,
I hear no. I didn't say I want all the credit for nothing. I said what I heard.
When you say you heard something, it's always Trevor Lane you heard it from. I thought you had like your own sources. You just watch Laker Nation and repeat what Trevor Lane said.
No, I ain't no damn reporter.
As a journalist, Shane, you should cite your sources instead of trying to take credit for Trevor Lane's report.
I didn't take credit for nothing. All I said is what I heard. Supposedly what happened.
That makes it seem like you have you're in the know. Now you're not just watching Lakers Nation on YouTube, like 50,000 other people. Come on, Shane.
You're better than this, man.
Information's information, bro.
Okay. Listen. Okay, on a serious note, man. Honestly, you're better than this. We expect more from you. So just kind of step it up, man, please. If you trying to be the new Shams, man, you gotta do better.
I ain't trying to be the new Shams, nothing.
The people deserve better. The people deserve
the people.
Better.
Jay,
whoa,
you can't say that.
Hey, you can't say that.
I say what I want.
We're nothing without the people, Shane.
Oh my gosh. To the people, I am so sorry. This man, he clearly has no manners.
Yep.
Man has no. Listen, listen. The man has no home training. He still has his do-rag on. Come on, man. You're better than this. I took mine off. Come on, man. Have some decency. Don't you care about your presentation? Come on. Show the people your. Well, you ain't got no waves, but show the people your hair. Come on.
No.
Why does why he doesn't have waves? So why is he wearing a do-rag?
Because I'm trying to get waves, and I just wash my hair.
He's trying to get them. Oddly enough, he doesn't even use Murray's pomade. It's crazy, right? You would think he would use Murray's pomade.
Actually, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's where you messed up. You should be using Sporting Waves. Got him. I knew it. He tried to go with the family name, and he played himself. Sporting Waves is the way to go, man. I used to be dipping back in my wave days.
I did too back in the day. It's been a while.
Man, you got KD hair. Don't play.
I got no.
You haven't.
Bro, I just had braids. Come on.
You haven't brushed your hair since 2014. Don't.
My hair was longer than yours a month ago. Come on.
Please, sir.
He's probably bald-headed.
Stop it.
He he's trying to be LL Cool J or somebody like that. Bald-headed, still wearing a do-rag. Come on, Shane.
First of all, I'm not bald-headed.
He's faking the funk.
I had hair longer than both of y'all not too long ago, so don't even come for my hair.
Man was looking like a wild. I don't know what.
Whose man is this? To the people, I just want to let the people know I started growing out my hair, and then all of a sudden, a couple months later, Shane Murray also started growing out his hair.
Stop it.
Stop
it. Nobody think about you.
I take great pride in being a trendsetter.
I make my own
decisions. Pride in being a trendsetter, And I'm so glad that I was able to influence Shane Murray to grow his hair. So
Stop it.
you're welcome.
He didn't influence
You're
nothing.
welcome, man.
He didn't influence nothing but a headache. Stop it.
Stop it. You stop it. Because all of it, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm getting these braids. He's like, oh, that looks, woo,
Don't get to the show, man. You
and woo, 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 woo. And then
you
all
doing
of
the
a
most.
sudden, a couple months later, this man shows up growing out of his hair, too. I was like, I mean, imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. So
Stop it.
I am flattered, Shane Murray.
I don't need to imitate you, bro.
That. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't.
There's nothing to imitate.
You imitated my hair. What do you mean? I grew my hair out, so then you started to too.
Actually, I was going mine first. It wasn't the first time I grew my hair.
I thought you were going to stop lying on the podcast. Like
I'm body lying.
But Shane, didn't you just grow your hair out because you were afraid to get a haircut because of COVID?
Yep.
Really, though?
Really? Look at all that
really?
dead hair. Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Exactly. Well, the people need to know the truth. Is he wrong? Tell the truth.
First of all, that's my business.
But you still copy Mitch though, regardless.
I ain't copying nobody. I don't copy nobody.
You just copied Trevor Lane last week. What are you talking about? You copied his whole report.
I didn't copy nothing. All I gave you was what I heard.
Oh, so you didn't?
Because y'all asked about it. You don't even like that before.
Did you give the report, or did Trevor Lane give the report and you copied it and told us about it? Which one is it?
I got it from Trevor Lane and told y'all.
So you copied him. So you copied him.
I referenced. There's a difference.
Reference. But you didn't name him.
You didn't name him.
I didn't need to name him. I just told you what I heard. Because y'all were asking about it.
Come on, man. Shane, you got to do
helping y'all out.
Bro, you're a journalist now. Like, come on. You're better than this.
Whatever, man.
Your road to being the new Shams is.
I'm not trying to be the new Shams.
It's looking a little rocky right now, man. It's looking a little rocky, man. So just come on, man. Just step it up, man. You're better than this. Do better. Come on. We believe in you. The people believe in you. Isn't that right, people? You can't hear them, but they believe in you.
Yeah,
all right. Now that Shane has been properly, what's the word, regulated or punished.
Reprimanded. Yeah, he's been reprimanded.
So what he did last year,
discipline.
Last week. Mm-hmm. Now we can get into Rasheed Wallace. He's not going to be joining the Lakers staff. I want to ask Shane why. I listened. I don't know if there's a reason why. I don't know if that was reported. I want to ask Shane. Oh, here we go. What happened, Shane?
Does anybody know John Ireland?
Of course, he's a legend.
Come on, man. Of course we know John Ireland. What are you talking about?
I'm making sure, man. I don't know.
Whose man is this? What are you talking about?
And listening to ESPN LA today.
Oh, okay. Citing your sources now, huh?
Not since you want to. But anyway, go ahead and listen to ESPN LA today. John Ireland said he heard a few stories about it, but one of the things that prevented him from coming was that Rasheed didn't want to get vaccinated. And to get in the facility, you have to be vaccinated and boosted. So
that's it.
That was one of the things he heard. There's a few other things, but that was one of the things that came up.
What were the other things?
He didn't say.
That's just, are you guys are vaccinated, right? Both of you?
Yeah.
You, Mitch?
I don't know if I should be sharing my medical history.
Right.
I want to keep that between me and my family, just like LeBron did.
And also, let me add the disclaimer: because of John Island's job's sake, he can't share too much about the Lakers. Like he gives tidbits, but he can't share too much. Otherwise, he get in trouble.
Odd how he has to report on the Lakers, but he can't talk too much about the Lakers. Isn't that ironic? Yeah. But to answer the question, yes, I am vaccinated. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not, and I know the frustration. Like right now, my uncle's in the hospital. He had a stroke a couple months ago, and I still haven't been able to go see him because I can't get in the hospital without being vaccinated. Well, I mean, I could get the the test, but it's just kind of a complicated it's just one extra step, that's like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I think we've talked about it before, but I feel like I should be able to, as long as I have a mask on, I should be able to walk in anywhere and do whatever I want. But that's interesting that that's the reason. I wouldn't have guessed that, because in the Lakers, I don't know. I mean, that's pretty Gavin Newsom-y of the Lakers, because did they put the indoor mask mandate back in place in California?
No, they did not.
Right. So
no, they did not.
The Lakers have their
not yet anyway.
Yeah, but the Lakers, I just feel like, I don't know. I mean, it's not a hospital. I mean, I understand. Like, it's like I understand the hospital thing. It bothers me in my situation because I can't see my uncle. But as far as the Lakers, I don't understand why the Lakers would have to have a rule like that in place. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because it's not like that at Staples Center anymore, isn't it? Once they lifted it, then they lifted it. So if you go to an indoor event in Los Angeles right now, you don't need to be vaccinated, right?
All right. Well, I mean, it seemed like to me it was more to it than that. Maybe they didn't really want him on the staff, but they just created that narrative just to put it out there. It didn't seem like they really wanted him on the staff like that.
Well, you think he might have been, like, because of his personality, he might have kind of overshadowed Darvin, and Rasheed might have become the guy that guys look to and listen to over Darvin because Rasheed has maybe a bigger personality?
No, I just think they looked at it. They looked at him as far as his coaching background and looked at him as a person, and just said they wasn't feeling him. Like
he and Darvin, they know each other. They were on that 2004 Pistons team together.
Right.
So, I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess, who your assistant coaches are.
I mean, they still got one more coaching spot left, so we'll see what he do with it now.
Do you know who the staff is right
now? Some dude named Chris Fick or something like that from Atlanta. Phil Handy. And two other people, but not their names.
Did you say Chris Finch?
Chris something. He from Atlanta.
All right. Well, it is what it is. It's kind of it's something it was cool when I heard it, and then I was listening to Rogan and Rodney today. That's my preferred radio tandem in LA, Shane. I like to listen to them on 570. And they brought it up, and I was kind of surprised when I heard it. I was like, we talked about it before about what he could possibly, what he could have brought to the staff with his impact on Anthony Davis and stuff like that. But it turns out it wasn't meant to be. Yeah. Okay, so what else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the two guys that the Lakers gave Exhibit 10 contracts to.
Fabian Smith and Javonte McCoy.
Right. I saw McCoy's name. I saw a notification on my phone. And when I read it just at a glance, at first I thought, JaVale McGee? But no, Devontae McCoy. I think JaVale signed, JaVale just signed with somebody, I think, though.
Yeah, JaVale signed with the Mavericks.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. JaVale's the guy who's
Yeah,
had
JaVale signed with the Mavericks.
JaVale's the guy who's had he's made a nice career for himself, man. He's made some money. He's made
Got some rings.
Yeah, 3 rings. I'd be proud of the career that he's had. He's come a long way since the whole, Shaq and the Fool stuff and that whole drama. Shaq not getting along because of that. Yeah, I remember his mother had that Pam McGee. She had that show on Oprah's network, I think it was. You probably used to watch that show. Did you used to watch that show?
Probably
no,
not.
but his mom used to coach at the Y, so I've seen it before.
Okay, yeah. Well,
so you know the McGee's.
I don't know her like that, but I've been around her. She cool people.
Yeah, you know personally, right? Like,
I mean, like I said, she coached at the Y, so
she went to USC, right?
Yeah.
She played with Cheryl Red's sister, didn't she? Yeah.
That team must have been beast.
Oh yeah, that was probably the greatest. I mean, before these UConn teams with Gino, it was probably the greatest women's teams ever assembled, and maybe still, But yeah, I remember I used to watch. Me and my grandmother used to watch that show. I miss when stuff like that was on TV. But yeah. Anyway, Javante Cook and whoever the guy was. I mean, that's not really even news, really.
Maybe not. But
huh?
I said maybe not. You never know.
The Mac McClung thing, just to go back to that, it wouldn't surprise me if the Warriors turned him into a player, and get something out of him. He might end up getting a decent contract after he's done with the Warriors. Some other team, the way the Warriors develop. And that's something I just want to say. It's nothing really, it's not Laker related. But I just want to say something about the Warriors. The whole idea that basically they, like my grandmother asked me yesterday about Joe Laker. He got fined $500,000 for saying that he doesn't think the luxury tax is fair. And of course, there was a thing with the Warriors where people were saying that they just won a checkbook championship because I think they set a record for the most paid in luxury tax with his team. But as Keith Smith was pointing out, and Zach Lowe also, basically, and the same thing Joe Lake was saying is, it's not fair to punish the Warriors or to be upset with the Warriors, basically for being smarter than everybody else, drafting well, and then re-signing their own players. Keith Smith broke it down. The Warriors roster, they have eight guys that they drafted, 6 guys that they signed the minimum deals, and one other guy who is Andrew Wiggins, right? So that's 14 or 15 guys that Smith said that every team in the league had the same opportunity to build their team the same way because every team has access to the draft and every team has access to a minimum contract. So why get mad at the Warriors you have to remember, none of their top guys, other than Wiggins, but other guys they drafted. So Curry, Thompson, Draymond, Poole, none of those guys were like no-brainer picks because if they had been, they would have been top 3, top 5 picks. None of them were. I think Curry went 7th, Clay went 11th, I think. Draymond went 35th, Poole went 30th. So they're basically just smarter and better at what they do than everybody else. And they draft these guys and develop to the point where they're, max contract type players. What do you want the Warriors to do? Just let their players go in free agency?
That's a small market fans complaining. I said that's a small market fans complaining.
Well, I mean, but the thing about those small market teams is, who have they really lost because they couldn't afford them? They haven't drafted well enough in the first place to build a championship team and have guys who were worthy of max contracts when they come up to free agency. So it's kind of like you're
They're
kind
very
of
impatient with their process too.
right. I mean, the Warriors, their player development and their drafting, their scouting is as good as it can be. So why are you going to be mad at the Warriors basically for being better at the whole team building process than you are, basically? I mean, the Warriors were not some team. Yeah, they have this super rich owner, but I mean, that's not how they built their team. They built their team by being, basically, like I said, just smarter than everybody else. So don't be mad at the Warriors. So that's just just a quick,
Well, thank you, Warrior fan. Appreciate it.
Huh?
I said, thank you, Warrior fan. We appreciate it.
No, I mean, I kind of am. It's like I wouldn't say I'm a Warriors fan, but I do like the Warriors. I appreciate what they're doing. Us being from LA, we can appreciate what the Warriors are doing better than teams who've never had teams like that and had runs like that. We know what it's like to follow a great team, that's a dynasty. I'll even go back and I'll go on YouTube and look at the parades from the '80s and how fun those look with Magic and Kareem and Wilkes and all those guys and Worthy. So we know what that's like. So I definitely appreciate the Warriors and what they've built, and I enjoy watching it. I'm glad I've been around to witness it because Curry is so cool. I mean, those guys are just awesome. Okay. Do you have anything to say about those two guys?
Not really.
No, yeah.
Like,
I don't even know who they are.
Although I say Javante had a nice game though.
Here we go.
Fabian, I don't know too much about him, but Javante's game is nice.
Okay.
Here we go.
And then lastly here, right at the end, what did Shane say he wanted to talk with? Oh yeah, he said
Shareef.
Shareef got
a six-figure deal. He got a six-figure G League deal to play for the Ignite.
Don't say it like that. A deal's a deal.
What?
A deal's a deal.
What did I say?
I can hear the shade in your voice.
I've never shaded anybody in my life.
Lies.
That's crazy.
Lies. Let the man get his money.
Okay, Shane, what do you have to say? Because I know you were riding for Shareef a couple of episodes ago, and you were all in your feelings because we were saying that he, really can't play. so Shane.
I mean, I'm happy for him. He showed he can ball. He showed he still needs work in certain areas, but he showed he can ball, and he got a deal out of it. Let's see what he does with it.
How much was the deal for?
He said it was a six-figure deal. They didn't give out any numbers, but
okay. And is it
so
like one year?
The typical salary for a G League player is $37K according to Google.
Okay, so he got way more
than
that. Why did he get so much? It's probably guys in the G League who didn't average 2 points and 2 rebounds when they were in college. But he got 6 figures.
During summer league, Shareef averaged 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 10 minutes a game, and he got a 6-figure deal when the average salary is $37K for the average G League player.
Good shit, Shareef.
He beat the system, man. I mean, I'm not mad at it.
Get
Show the man
right,
love.
Yeah. For what? What are we
showing
him love for?
Not even 21 and got a 6-figure deal. Why are you knocking him?
Let me ask you a question, right? Do you think he earned a 6-figure deal?
I think he showed
with
flashes
the way that he played
in.
Showing flashes doesn't mean you earned a 6-figure deal in the G League. Do you think he played well enough to get the contract that he got compared to what other people got who
Hey man, ask the people who gave
probably
him the
show
contract.
flashes too.
Ask the organization who gave him the contract. That's not for Shareef to speak on. It's not for me to speak on. That's who they wanted. That's who they wanted to offer him.
This is what we're here to do. We're here to speak on things. Don't try to.
You want to be honest about it? No, he didn't.
Yes,
he didn't do
I do. Stop lying.
I'm not lying. I'm just not gonna knock the man for getting 6 figures. When
it's not knocking him.
Gobert just robbed the damn system.
Yes, he did. As a matter of fact, that deal is like what the Wolves gave up to get Rudy Gobert completely ruined the market. They completely ruined the market. Now, to get KD, if you got 5 picks for Rudy Gobert, you got to get like 20 picks to get Kevin Durant because that's how much better he is than Rudy Gobert. And now, because the Wolves did that, they're expecting a similar haul for Donovan Mitchell when they don't even really want him. But they want over 5 picks again, probably. And from their perspective, they should expect it. Donovan Mitchell is better than Rudy Gobert. If we got this for Rudy Gobert, we should get this for Donovan Mitchell.
All right.
Fucking
no argument
Wolves,
there.
Man. They ruined the whole damn market, man. It's crazy. Rudy Gobert?
Are we entering the era in the NBA where draft is as valuable as it is in the NFL? Because I don't know, when did this start where draft picks were worth that much? It didn't used to be like that in basketball, And in the NFL,
I feel like the Celtics.
Yeah,
I feel like the Celtics kind of started this whole like hoarding picks type of thing,
AKA Danny Age.
Yeah, I feel like they started like hoarding picks, and it was, oh man, they got all these picks. Why they got all these picks? No, you know what? No, OKC. At one point, OKC had like 30 picks or something stupid like that. But yeah, I mean, the Thunder, the Celtics, obviously,
Also, got to remember too.
Had some more success with it, but
also, you got to remember too. Picks are like equivalent to like a couple mil, as well. So that's like an easier way to, get deals done. We don't have to give up too many players. Like a first round pick is like a couple mil.
You can buy picks,
right?
Either way it goes. Hold on, let's get back on track because the whole point is we're talking about Shareef and whether or not he deserved a 6-figure deal. And so, do you think Shareef played well enough to get a pretty big deal from the G League?
I don't understand why. I mean, other than him being Shaq's son, once again, and I know Shane said, "Well, white people do it," but other than him being Shaq's son, I don't know. I don't understand why he's. I mean, again, once again, like we said a couple that other time we were talking about this. Mitch, Shane makes us. He makes us come off as haters. We love Shareef because we love Shaq.
Right.
Shaq.
Yes, exactly.
I would love to.
I got a funny way of showing it.
Huh?
Yeah, I got a funny way of showing it.
I love Shareef. Shareef is.
But we got to, yeah. He's like family.
Shaq is like family, so Shareef is like family. So for me, I'm just Shareef, congratulations. You got your deal. You got your summer league spot with the Lakers, and you showed what you showed, and you were able to get a G League contract for 6 figures. And you're Shaq's son, and whether you got it because you're Shaq's son or not, I'm happy for you, and I wish you nothing but the best because I love your dad and what he brought. Those 3 parades. Have either of you guys ever been to a Laker parade?
No, I watched it.
What about you, Mitch? You ever been to one?
Have I been to a Laker parade?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went in '09, and then I mean, it wasn't like a parade,
Right.
but
Next year.
like when we won the bubble championship, I went down to Figueroa,
Yeah. Okay.
you know, with all the people.
Figueroa Madness.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It
I've
was
never,
crazy down there.
I've never been to one, but just like Shane said, just waking
Which
up that
reminds me,
morning.
today was Kuzma's birthday. So wish him happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kyle Kuzma. The way I look at it, once you won a
27.
the Lakers, even he's 27 already.
27.
Yeah.
Came in the league a little bit older. Lakers fans,
when you go to college.
shout out to Kuz, man. Lakers fans didn't deserve you. They treated you
Facts.
terribly when you were out here, man.
Facts.
Sorry for this. I'm sorry.
But he's another guy. I think he got a bag already, didn't he? Didn't he from Washington? I don't know. It's hard to keep up with all these guys, these contracts.
Yeah.
But but you always say, man, once you win a championship,
But he's still on his current deal.
The one he got with us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he'll get a nice extension. 50.
Yeah, they like him over there. They like him out there.
And then, but I've always said, man, if you win a championship with the Lakers, you're a Laker for life. And really, even if you don't, but even a bubble championship, he's a Laker.
Which reminds me again. How do y'all feel about what Slava doing?
Oh, Slava. I hadn't thought about Slava in a while, man. I saw that story about him auctioning off his 2 championship rings, and it seems like he still lives in the. It said that
he's over there fighting.
Yeah, it said that he went on the roof of one of his building in his neighborhood. I think they call it Kyiv, right, in the Ukraine, and he watched the something like a missile destroying a target there in his home country. And he said, "Man, I gotta set an example and try to help." And Slava, once again, Slava's a Laker. He won 2 championships with the Lakers. He's part of Kobe's. When Kobe said, "I'll go to the Clippers and I'll take Slava with me," way back in the day. Slava. Shout out to Slava, man. The rings are physical, but it doesn't. Champion forever, no matter what. Mitch, you have anything to say about Slava?
Shout out to Slava, man. I mean, he's doing his thing, man. That's what a guy. What a guy.
Yes. Those guys have so much pride, man. Like the Klitschko brothers were out there fighting, when they don't, it's really something, man. You gotta admire that type of pride in your homeland. Anything else?
I just still want Shane to admit that like Shareef didn't earn that money, but still deserved the contract.
I said he didn't, but who am I to say he not to sign it? Like that's what they offered. You expect him not to sign it?
I want him to get signed, but I mean, with the numbers that I'm seeing, I would expect it to be more like a regular like G League salary, and then like he gets his opportunity to prove it. So
I mean, maybe there's more. There are other incentives in his deal. I don't know, because he is coming from his own reality show. You know what I mean? He is Shaq's son, so maybe there's other incentives. Maybe there's some ownership involved. I don't know.
All right, then. I guess, I mean, like I said, we love you, Shareef. We love you. Don't take this stuff the wrong way. We just kind of tease Shane. We love you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, then. I guess I'm going to I'm gonna call it. All right. So before we get out
Oh
of here,
shoot! Guess we don't have time to bring Herbert in, right? Oh
Herbert.
darn. Sorry, man. So once again, sorry to Herbert. We looks like we ran out of time again, man. Sorry.
Herbert. So people who don't know, Herbert is a guy we went to high school with.
Guest appearance.
Huh?
I said the special guest appearance.
Yeah, maybe one, but no. I was gonna say maybe one day Herbert can come on, but Herbert can never come on because that would ruin the joke. So, all right. All right. So before we get out of here, just a reminder to rate, review, and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts. The show is also on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and every other major podcatcher. Be sure to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at TC Pod Network and to like it on Facebook. Just search for the Complete Lakers Podcast. Send feedback and mailback questions to CompleteLakersPodcast@gmail.com. We are out.